This is a review of the new Suzuki Jimny. I've taken it out for a test drive. Let's see if I can switch these wipers off. There we go. So I jumped in this about 20 minutes ago. First impressions is that it's good fun. I've got to say my back is aching already, but that's obviously going to be individual. As an osteopath, I'm going to give you my view on the seating actually and the compartment space. It's a small car. There's no getting away from that. And so it's not, you're going to be limited in space. It's meant to be a fun little four-wheel drive. It's not a medium or a large, it's small, okay? So a few things I've found already which is a little bit disappointing. There's no foot plate to put your foot on if you're resting your left foot there, or your non-clutch and brake foot. And actually, if you bring your leg up, if you're cruising along, I think this has cruise control, the floor space is quite limited as well, so there's not a reasonable area to put your feet if you've got your knee bent and relaxed. As I say, my back's aching a wee bit. I think they could do a better lumbar support. They're very soft seats, but maybe they designed it for that reason to be able to go off-road and be comfortable with that. It is the basic model is only, is it 15,500, 16,000 quid? So it's not high end at all. So you can't expect miracles. So so maybe it's about realising one's expectations with these things. So right now it's blowing a hoolie, chucking down with rain. There's flooding everywhere. I'm going to drive up to Bodmin. They're very kindly giving me 2 hours. Actually, I've got a better get a wiggle on. Let's show you around the interior. So we have various controls on the steering wheel for controlling, making phone calls, volume, that kind of thing. We've got a little mini computer in the middle. Let's see if we can get that too. So it's info. Right, so little fuel economy. So I've been doing an average of 36.9. There's a digital display there, whoops, for fuel. And we have a central console panel with your map and your music and stuff. Had a bit of fun with the voice recognition. Let's have a go.
Please say a command.
Navigate to Bodmin.
There is no home address stored.
Navigate to town centre of Bodmin.
There is no home address stored.
Take me to Bodmin.
There is no home address stored.
Find me a location.
Ski lift, is that right?
Yes, when I said location, I actually meant ski lift. Take me to a ski lift.
You can choose an entry by saying the line number. For better recognition, it might help to say line before the number. If more than one page is available, you can also say next page or previous page.
Line 1, ski lift.
Line 1, ski lift. Where do you want to look for a point of interest?
Bodmin.
You can say around or in a city. If you are already being guided to a destination, you can also say en route or at destination.
Around Bodmin.
There are no matches. Where do you want to look for a point of interest?
Watch these lorries skid. Cool, that first blue one went completely out of control there. That's an interesting place to be sitting. Right, okay, let's give up on the navigation because that's pretty useless, I would say.
Ending speech recognition.
Yeah, good idea. Let's go drive. Right, let's go. It's a 1500s engine in this. There's two versions with different spec levels, obviously. Horrible weather out. Layout I quite like, I'd say. I've seen other reviews say it's all a bit plasticky, but it's doesn't look too bad. Let's try the flick test. Oh, yeah, okay, I'd say that fails the flick test. So we're in Cornwall, and I don't know if this is Storm Deirdre we got here, but it is blowing a hoolie. I could do with putting the heating on, but I don't know how. Mode. Okay, some more features I would say to point out. Steering is very slack. You go around a roundabout and you feel like you're all over the place. And it does lollop about, but it's a big, tall, slender vehicle, so that's going to be the case. I think you can't have everything. This is meant to be a four-wheel drive, so it's not going to be necessarily the best handle on the road, not for £15,500. The braking seems good. Loads of headroom. I'm a broad chap. I got a 48-inch chest, something like that. Big broad shoulders from rugby and surfing, and the right arm here, the outer arm, is quite restricted with space. A little bit disappointing is the seat adjustment. The back of it is only a sort of a lever rather than a knob. I think a knob allows more adjustment and fine adjustment. What's a lever, you're all over the place as you're setting it up. I'm not a big fan of levers, but again, I think it's a price point thing. Lovely viz at the front. Back is not too bad. Obviously there's a wheel in the way. Wing mirrors are good. It is good fun to drive. It's a bit of a lolloping gear stick, almost stalled at traffic lights, but that's, I'm not used to the sort of appropriate revs on this vehicle. Back is not aching quite so much. I was getting used to the softness. I normally drive Audis or Volkswagens, so far firmer seats than this. We'll have a little look in the back seats for space and storage room, that kind of thing. As I say, I wanted to try, I had some questions myself from watching reviews, and space and size of the vehicle is the factors that I kind of wanted to find out more about. Okay, so what else can I tell you? Well, we're going to head to Bodmin Moor. I've got an hour more to play with this. And we'll see what's going on over there. We'll be going on some dual carriageways, so we can check out the top speed, see what it feels like when it's doing the road legal top speed. Actually, maybe this is a good point to tell you actually why I'm considering buying one of these. So basically, I'm a photographer and a professional drone pilot, and I currently drive an Audi Q2. It's a very comfortable, lovely car. And I also have a Transporter T5, which I've converted into, it's a bit like Thunderbird 2, has multiple roles, but that was really useful when I used to surf, when I used to go diving, so really handy for that. But unfortunately I've not used my van very much at all recently. Last year I only did 300 miles in it. So I was wondering whether getting something like this would be more useful on the days which are crappy like today, and it will allow me to go up on the moors, be places others can't go, to get the wilder photographs and some of the more unusual stuff that I would like to take when the weather is inclement. And four-wheel drive aspects is what I was looking at. I don't want a big vehicle, I don't need a big vehicle, I don't want to pay the price of a big vehicle or the fuel economy or the taxes involved with it. So that's why I was looking at something smaller. I find some of the cars, some of the Hondas and things, incredibly ugly to look at, and this Jimny is an incredibly nice looking car. It looks very much like the G-Wagon. It's been said before, I'll say it again because it's true. So it's got a lovely square, squat look to it, but obviously it's a fraction the size. It will be usually only me in the car, so a small size is acceptable. Right, so this is, I was looking for the 6th gear there, and it's almost whacked it into reverse by mistake. So yeah, this ticks a lot of boxes. I got a horrible feeling I'll miss selling the Transporter if I do go down that route. So I'm going to have to make a decision that I won't regret. So hence I'm going to do a good test drive today. I can look back at this footage, get your comments as well, will be useful, and make a decision. whacked it into third rather than fifth by mistake. So we're now doing the speed limit of 70. I've been blown about all over the place. I don't know if you get any sensation of that. Going through some surface water there. So conditions are horrible, so it's quite a good test. I'm not sure actually how wide the tyres are. I don't know how narrow they are. So sometimes the narrower they are, the better they are for this kind of wet weather. So you're less likely to aquaplane. So it's quite noisy, I would say. I'm kind of shouting. I'm not mic'd up on the person. Hold on. I think I'm going to need both hands on the wheel here. So I'm not mic'd up. So hopefully you'll be able to hear me over the rain on the windscreen and the wind and the engine noise. I am being blown all over the place. I'm not actually enjoying this, if I'm honest with you. So we're just heading up to a wide vehicle we've got to overtake. Keep the camera running in case anything goes on. So yeah, the loose steering isn't actually much fun with the being buffeted by the strong winds that are out there at the moment. But we'll be turning off the dual carburetor in a tick to get onto the moors some time. Well, we'll see how we get on. Let's turn it off. Yeah, I really think this car could do with a 6th gear. So I'm doing, as I say, 70 miles an hour, and I'm 3.5, almost 4,000 revs. So the engine's making quite a bit of noise, screaming out a bit that it wants that it could do with the 6th gear. In my opinion, you might not be able to hear any of this. Right, so it would appear you would need someone in the front to put the seat back. I don't quite know how I get out from here actually. Well, I hadn't thought that one through, so now I'm stuck in here. I am stuck. Right, actually the back seats, because I was thinking about the fact I was stuck, was actually relatively comfortable. Okay, so I'm in the back seat and it is relatively comfortable. I can't put, there's a bit of a protrusion where your buttock is on the outer edge, the lateral aspect there. I don't know how much room there would be for two large adults in the back here. And I'm not going to put the seat back because I just did that just now and found that actually you can only get out by someone doing the front lever if you want to get out that way. So you're stuck in the back if there's no one there to help you out. But relatively comfortable. Let's put the actually that's all right. Actually, that's almost more comfortable than the front seat. but I'm not sure about knee room. So yeah, there is. Put that up. Yeah, you could just about get away with sitting here for a reasonable length journey, I think. I do have size 11/12 boots on, because I do have size 11/12 feet, and hence the shoes to fit them. So I'm not going to try and squeeze them in and muddy this new car. But yeah, again, loads of headroom, probably reasonable. Could do with it. Could do with doing a review with someone else here actually, and we could test out sizes for 2 adults. The boots is tiny. Let me show you that. There we are. The size of that. So very small boots. So again, if I was to have this car, I would have the back seats flat and use the whole back space as from a drone and drones and camera equipment and stuff. Blacked out windows because of the theft side of things. Let's open up the boots and we get on. Okay, so that let's walk around and have a look at the whole shape of it. Into the boot. So that is the size of the boot, which is 7 inches at the base and probably about 3 inches at the top. These go down. Let's pull that lever there.